Well done. That was a good qualifying performance. Here you can see a list of eligible drivers to declare as your rival. The more challenging they are to beat, the more the paddock will respect you for succeeding. Just be aware, you'll lose the same amount of respect if you come off second best, so it may be wise not to be overly ambitious.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before the braking zone of turn 14. Joining me for the Grand Prix once again is Anthony Davidson. Now, I want to ask you about Lando Norris. They're still relatively new to a sport which does have a high learning curve and, of course, little tolerance for mistakes.
That's right, it is a difficult environment to come into. In junior categories, you're competing against drivers with similar levels of experience. But some of these guys in Formula One have been there for over a decade. But I have to say, in this case, it's so far so good.
Before we begin, from the multiple world champion, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Bottas, Pierre Gasly and Leclerc, Butler, Chilks, Grosjean and Daniel Ricciardo, Norris, Weber, Carlos Sainz and Perez, Raikkonen, Kvyat, Alexander Albon and George Russell. Giovinazzi and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. If it takes too much damage. That's a good start. Keep it up. remaining now, 3 stops remaining. 6 laps until your pit window is open. Pierre's currently in 6th place. P6, they're on fresh softs. We think they've got at least 3 more stops. The time last lap was a 1 minute 50.4. We're leading our teammate by 1.5 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 9th. The time last lap was a 1:51.6. Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available. No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions looking good. Dries seem like the best tyre for now. Confirmed. P7 now. P7. Gasly is ahead of you. Less than a second separate you. They're on fresh softs. Butler is behind you. They're on fresh softs. Our gap to first place is 6.2 seconds. Pit window opens in 5 laps time. 5 laps. Drivers we're racing are Hamilton and Grosjean. Top 10 now. Keep it up. Fuel is looking really good. You're managing it well. Okay, our main competitors in this race are Hamilton and Grosjean. There's static over the radio. Say again. Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage. It should be a few laps at least before you start feeling too many tyre issues. They seem in good condition for the time being. Pierre's currently in 6th place. P6. The gap is 1.9 seconds. They're on fresh softs. We think they've got at least 3 more stops. The time last lap was a 1 minute 46.2. Our tyre data is looking positive so far. We think there's plenty of life left in these for the moment. Gap to car in front is 2.3 seconds. Repeat that, there's interference. Gap to teammate behind is 1.2 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 9th. The time last lap was a 1:46.9. Couldn't receive that. Repeat the message. Okay, we can take you this lap.
the pits, but ensure that you don't